Welcome back to the channel. Just as a quick note, as you can see, most of my viewers aren't already subscribed to the channel. If I could please ask you to hit that like button and subscribe, it will really help the channel grow even more and will keep you up to date with my latest content. Now, on with the video. The episode opens up in the Big Donut, which admittedly is an interesting place for an episode to begin. Not to mention, as it opens here with Steven yelling and getting upset about something. This fully throws the spectator into the action, which surprised me a little. I would have thought an early episode of a series would have featured maybe a minute or two long introduction before any kind of action or heavy plot element. I think this whole scene in the Big Donut is good. It sets up the main plot device, that being the Cookie Cat ice creams and by extension the Cookie Cat freezer as well. It also indirectly adds a great sense of world building and introduces Lars and Sadie to the audience. Back at Steven's house, there is even more action, this time a more fast-paced and physical kind through the gems attacking a load of centipedals. Due to this being an earlier episode, I think this is to re-establish what the crystal gems do to protect planet Earth. Inside the freezer, Steven discovers a huge pile of Cookie Cat ice creams. He asks the gems about why they're there, and they respond with,
"Well, we heard that too, and since they're your favorite,
we went out and stole a bunch.
I went back and paid for them."
The whole thing was my idea.
It was everyone's idea.
Not really.
I actually really like this exchange of dialogue, as it subtly highlights each of the gems' personality types, while also showing that they really care about Steven. Steven then states a slightly obnoxious rap about the Cookie Cats.
He's a frozen treat with an all-new taste, because he came to this planet from outer space, a refugee of an interstellar war, but now he's at your local grocery store. Cookie Cat, he's a pet for your tummy. Cookie Cat, he's super duper yummy. Cookie Cat, he left his family behind. Cookie Cat! Now available at Gervin's off Route 109.
On the one hand, I think this is meant to highlight his passion and comfort, which causes his gem to glow, in preparation of his weapon appearing. While on the other hand, it could have just been a way to pad the 11-minute plot. After failing to summon his weapon, each of the gems try to assist and give Steven advice in their own way. Pearl suggests it comes from a rhythmic dance by watching and analysing intricate movement of flower petals in the wind. Amethyst's advice is less helpful and blunter, especially that when she needs to summon her weapon, it just sort of appears. You know, I would call this scene pointless if it wasn't for a funny bit with Lars.
Again?
To be fair, I am being a bit biased when I say humour, as Lars is like my favourite character on this show. Garnet's advice is more philosophical, as she wants Steven to connect with all forces in the human world in order to conjure his weapon. I would call all of these scenes padding if they weren't incredibly short. Steven then deduces that the best way to make his gem glow again is to recreate the event from last time, which does actually make pretty good sense. During this attempt at recreation, Steven starts to doubt himself and whether he is a real gem, which just felt a little out of nowhere in the middle of this scene. This revelation and comfort did cause his shield to appear, which was a bit random, but I suppose it fits well enough. From a more metaphorical sense, I guess Steven, whose whole arc is to protect his loved ones and planet, fits a shield perfectly. The mother centipedal then attacks the house, governing a serious fight from the gems. Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl are unable to defeat it and get trapped behind a giant rock. Steven follows behind with a load of Cookie Cats and the freezer. After eating some ice cream, he fails and isn't able to resummon his shield. I like this, as I think it aids the narrative choices made. Had Steven been unable to summon the shield earlier on, then this would have been the perfect time to do so. Steven recites the rap one more time, and then throws the now broken freezer at the gem creature and destroys it. Again, I like how the centipedal was beaten. It's a great callback to the first act with the Cookie Cat freezer. The episode ends on a positive message of never giving up, that one day Steven will be able to summon his gem. Overall, I thought this was a tightly written episode. It had a good sense of world building and showed off who Steven is as a character and what his first arc will be going forward. But what did all of you think? I would love to hear what you thought in comments. Stay close as I post new content every single week.